Have you ever wondered why biting into a juicy watermelon feels so much more satisfying than chomping down on a dry cracker, even when you're not particularly thirsty? The answer lies in a fascinating world of food science that most people completely overlook, and understanding it could literally transform how you think about eating, weight management, and even your energy levels throughout the day. What I'm about to share with you goes way beyond simple hydration. We're talking about a biological hack that's been hiding in plain sight, one that could explain why some cultures stay naturally lean while consuming massive portions, and why your grandmother's soup-heavy diet might have been more scientifically sound than any modern fad you've ever tried. The secret weapon I'm referring to is high water content foods, and the science behind why they work is absolutely mind-blowing. But here's where it gets really interesting, and why I mentioned meat in the title. While everyone's obsessing over plant-based hydrating foods, there's a whole category of animal proteins that pack serious water content punch, and the way your body processes them is completely different from what you'd expect. Let me paint you a picture of what's actually happening inside your body when you consume foods with high water content. Your stomach contains specialized stretch receptors that are constantly sending signals to your brain about fullness. These aren't just measuring the weight of food, they're measuring volume. When you eat a food that's 85 to 95% water, you're essentially filling your stomach with significantly fewer calories per cubic inch than you would with dense, dry foods. But here's where the science gets really fascinating. Your brain doesn't just respond to stomach stretching. It's also monitoring something called gastric emptying rate, which is how quickly food leaves your stomach and moves into your small intestine. High water content foods create a unique situation where your stomach stays fuller for longer periods, but the water component gets absorbed relatively quickly, creating this perfect storm of satiation without the heavy, sluggish feeling you get from calorie-dense meals. Now, let's talk about the thermodynamic advantage that nobody discusses. When you consume high water content foods, your body has to work to bring that water up to body temperature. This process, called thermogenesis, actually burns calories. It's not a massive amount, but when you're talking about consuming several pounds of high water content food throughout the day, those calories add up. Your metabolism gets a small but consistent boost just from processing the temperature differential. The cellular hydration aspect is where things get really interesting from a performance standpoint. When your cells are properly hydrated, every single metabolic process in your body functions more efficiently. Nutrient transport improves, waste removal accelerates, and even your mitochondria, those tiny powerhouses in your cells, produce energy more effectively. This isn't just about feeling less tired, it's about optimizing every biological system you have. Here's something that might surprise you about the psychology of high water content eating. Your brain is hardwired to seek out foods that provide both nutrients and hydration because, evolutionarily speaking, finding water sources was just as critical as finding calorie sources. When you eat foods that provide both simultaneously, you're satisfying multiple biological drives at once, which explains why a perfectly ripe fruit or a hearty soup can feel so deeply satisfying on a level that goes beyond mere hunger. The digestive advantages are remarkable too. High water content foods require less digestive fluid production from your body because they already contain the water necessary for proper breakdown and absorption. This means less strain on your digestive system, more efficient nutrient uptake, and often better elimination. Your entire gastrointestinal tract operates more smoothly when it's working with adequately hydrated food matter. Now, let's dive into the meat aspect, because this is where most people get confused. When we think of high water content foods, we automatically picture cucumbers, tomatoes, and leafy greens. But many animal proteins are actually water powerhouses. Fresh fish, for example, can contain anywhere from 70 to 80% water. Chicken breast is roughly 75% water. Even lean cuts of beef hover around 65 to 70% water content. What makes animal-based high water content foods particularly interesting is their protein density. You're getting complete amino acid profiles along with significant hydration, creating what I call a dual action effect. The protein provides long-lasting satiation through different mechanisms than volume alone, while the water content gives you that immediate fullness response. It's like getting the benefits of both worlds in a single food source. The bioavailability factor with meat-based high water content foods is crucial too. The water in animal tissues isn't just plain water, it's carrying dissolved minerals, B vitamins, and other nutrients that your body can immediately utilize. This creates a more nutrient-dense hydration experience compared to drinking plain water separately from your meals. There's also something called the matrix effect happening with high water content meats. The protein fibers and water are integrated at a cellular level, which means the water is released slowly as you digest the protein. This creates sustained hydration rather than the quick spike and release you might get from drinking a large glass of water quickly. Let me share some practical applications that most people never consider. If you're trying to manage your weight, structuring your meals around high water content foods, including appropriate meats, can dramatically increase your meal volume without proportionally increasing calories. A pound of watermelon contains about 140 calories. A pound of cucumber has roughly 65 calories. Compare that to a pound of crackers at over 2,000 calories, and you start to see the mathematical advantage. The timing strategy is crucial too. Consuming high water content foods earlier in your meals can trigger those stretch receptors I mentioned, leading to natural portion control for the more calorie-dense foods that follow. It's like creating an internal governor for your appetite without relying on willpower or complicated tracking systems. For athletic performance, the sustained hydration from high water content foods can be superior to sports drinks in many situations. You're getting fluid replacement along with nutrients, and the gradual release means more stable hydration levels during extended activities. Many endurance athletes are discovering that foods like watermelon or grapes can outperform traditional sports nutrition products for certain types of training. The skin and appearance benefits are real too. When your cells are consistently well hydrated from food sources rather than just plain water, you often see improvements in skin elasticity, under eye circles, and overall complexion. This happens because food-based hydration typically comes with supporting nutrients like vitamins C and E, minerals, and antioxidants that pure water lacks. Here's a strategy that ties everything together. Try structuring one meal per day around maximizing high water content foods, including some quality animal protein. Start with a large salad using high water vegetables, add some properly prepared fish or chicken, and finish with hydrating fruits. Pay attention to how you feel immediately after eating, how long you stay satisfied, and your energy levels over the following hours. The compound effect of consistently choosing high water content foods creates benefits that extend far beyond individual meals. Better hydration supports better sleep quality, more stable mood, improved cognitive function, and enhanced physical performance. It's one of those simple changes that creates cascading improvements across multiple areas of health. What makes this approach sustainable is that you're not restricting calories or eliminating food groups. You're simply prioritizing foods that give you more satisfaction, better nutrition, and superior hydration per calorie consumed. It's addition rather than subtraction, which is why people can maintain this way of eating long-term without feeling deprived. The science behind high water content foods reveals that our bodies are far more sophisticated than we give them credit for. By working with these natural mechanisms rather than against them, we can achieve better results with less effort and more enjoyment. Whether you're focused on weight management, athletic performance, or simply feeling better day to day, understanding and applying these principles can be genuinely transformative. The next time you're planning a meal, remember that water content isn't just about hydration, it's about optimizing every aspect of how your body processes and utilizes food. Choose wisely, and let science work in your favor.